Hello and welcome to the Crooked Letter Sports Podcast, the show about Mississippi sports and the folks who play them. I'm Tyler Cleveland, joined as always by my co-host and dad, Rick Cleveland of Mississippi Today fame. Dad, having a good week so far?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, I have nothing to write home about and nothing to complain about, so I'm doing all right. I could do some serious complaining about the golf I played this weekend.
Oh, buddy, you'd have to get on. You have to get in line.
Yeah. So, but let's just swing past that.
I will say that it was so hot on Sunday that I could not. I struggled to make contact because my glove was moving on my hand because it was so full of
Slick.
sweat. Yeah, it was nice and slick.
I'd use this opportunity to make a public apology to Peyton Prosper, my four-ball partner, who played pretty well, and his partner let him down.
He thought he had found him a ringer.
Yeah.
Instead, his partner put him through the ringer. All right, Dad, we've got a fun show today. We've got a little bit of a mixed bag of everything going on. Then we're going to play a little game where we pick some of the games we're looking forward to the most this upcoming football season at the high school and college level. I want to start off with a little bit of football. We had the Saints' first preseason game. We got our first official look at Tyler Shough. Kind of a mixed bag, but I think there's some promise there. I don't have his numbers in front of me, but he did throw about a 54-yard touchdown pass. Also threw a pick six. Is this just kind of normal growing pains for an NFL rookie making his debut?
That's your ultimate mixed bag. A perfect pass for a bomb for a touchdown, and then also a pick six. But yeah, I didn't get to see the game itself. I watched a lot of the highlights. You know, he's the guy they got to go with, I think.
He certainly looks the part. I'll say that. And Spencer Rattler started the game, and they were just abysmal. I have a feeling they're going to be bad offensively no matter who is in under center, but I do think that Shough has a little more upside.
Oh, he's got a lot more upside, I think. Yeah.
So I think that's probably the direction they're going to go in, and it's probably going to be a long year in the Big Easy.
Well, I definitely agree with that. I do think they're going to be okay on defense, but I think they're going to have a hard time, but it's not just the quarterback position. It's primarily the offensive line, I think, that's the biggest issue.
Do you think?
Yes, I do.
The same unit that has made it so they can't run the ball the past 3 years and lead the league in sacks multiple quarterbacks getting hurt every single season.
And we still haven't gotten to where we lose one a week to injury.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait till those start piling up. It's going to be a blast. Dad, we got the Braves playing a little bit better where they take, 4 or 5 from the Marlins?
Who had really been playing well.
Since the All-Star break?
Yeah.
Why are they doing this now?
Well, for one thing, Michael Harris has come out of hibernation and is hitting the ball the way we
thought he
would. And secondly, some of the young pitchers look pretty good. Hurston Waldrop in particular.
Among them, yes. I just figured they were just at last-ditch effort to play their way out of the number 1 draft pick, since they had a shot at that from what was reported to me.
Well, they're a lot closer to that than they are to making the playoffs.
Right. Well, that's what I was saying. It seems like we're not going to make the playoffs. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get that top pick. But it is good to see him playing better. I might have to tune back in sometime soon. Dad, did you see the crazy finish at the St. Jude's Classic in Memphis over the weekend?
Well, I saw the finish. I saw the playoff.
Yeah.
I saw the putting exhibition.
It was a putting expedition. For those that did not watch, J.J. Spawn and Justin Rose went back and forth. Justin Rose birdied, I want to say it was 14, 15, 16, and 17 to force the playoff. And then when both of them parred the first playoff hole, they played 18 4 times or whatever it was. They parred the first time, birdied the second time, and then Justin Rose birdied it again to win. It was had shades of the Ryder Cup. Definitely has me jazzed for that. It's coming up in about, a month and a half, 7 weeks from now.
It's going to be fun. Yeah. Justin Rose, I just can't tell you how much I admire him as his staying power. I mean, you remember, you don't remember, but when Nicklaus won the Masters at age 46 and everybody thought.
Didn't that happen like in 1986?
Yeah, about the year you were born.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah. But anyway, what I'm saying is that was considered such a big deal. And here Justin Rose is at age 45, and he's not just winning one tournament. He's right up there with the best players in the game.
Well, that was the topic of the interview right after he won. They stuck a microphone in his face, and they're like, "Oh, you're the second oldest player to ever win a playoff tournament. How do you, miraculously, how do you do this?" And he was like, "Well, I'm 45. I feel pretty good." He said he's in his best physical shape he's ever been in. He has no pain, so he tries not to focus on the number too much. And it felt like a ridiculous question because you look at the guy, it looks like he's a great athlete.
He handles himself with. He just exudes class to me. I really. It's fun to see him win.
Yeah. Also,
I don't want to see him win in the Ryder Cup.
No, I hope he loses every freaking match there is. I will say this: JJ Spawn, is number 2 on the U.S. team in Ryder Cup points.
It's come out of nowhere.
I mean, it's a career journeyman. He has figured out how to putt, and he said, I want to say it was before this tournament this week, said that he was lost. Said he had kind of lost it since the U.S. Open, and was desperately looking for something. I guess he found it in Memphis.
The word that comes to mind when I watch him play is just grit. I mean, if golfers can be tough, he's tough.
Yeah, he's not the best at anything. He's just
grinds.
Solid. He grinds, and I will say this: the dude can putt.
Yep.
Which is, there's something to be said for that. Dad, a couple other things we get to before we talk about our favorite games or most excited games. Did you see the interview with John Gruden where he was at the University of Georgia giving a speech, and he said he was there because he wants to get back into coaching, and I quote, "I would kill to coach in the SEC." In a league full of big personalities at head coaches, do you think Gruden would fit in, and where do you think he'd best fit?
I don't know. He seems kind of like a Florida guy to me. I don't know. I mean,
man, that's kind of scary.
Ever? Recruiting.
Oh, who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
I mean, if he can, turn to the money guy and say that one. I would think the recruiting would take care. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's at this point, it's not like you're convincing a mama to entrust her babies to you. You know what I mean? It's about money. And if I think Gruden at Florida is almost scary to me. I bet you they would do extremely well. Most people have forgotten all about the controversy that ended his run with the Raiders. And, I think if he's ready to get back into coaching, I can think of worse places to do it than in the SEC. Final story, Dad. The UFC president Dana White says there will be UFC.
That's the
Ultimate Fighting Championship head Dana White says that there will be, it's in the works, there will be a cage fight on the south lawn of the White House in the future. And I guess what prompted me to think about which former living or dead U.S. president I would most like to see in a cage match. I think we're both on the same page on this.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt would be probably the top dog. The guy was a Rough Rider, a war veteran, was a massive human being by all accounts.
Strong.
Amateur boxer.
Yeah.
I think
my money would be on him.
I would also like to see Abraham Lincoln in his prime. The guy had a notoriously long reach and was a high school wrestler. So I think he probably would be among them. I think probably, I don't know. I want to hate on Taft because he was so big, but I'm telling you, I think he would be pretty formidable at that size.
If it was sumo, I'd take Taft.
Yeah, I can't think off the top. I mean, and then maybe George Washington. I mean, you know, he wasn't like the tallest guy by modern standards, but I mean, he was like this, you know, big, crazy, red-haired guy that like had a mouthful of like, you know,
wood
and like ivory teeth. You know what I mean? Like it just seems like he would be kind of crazy. You know, like I would not want to face him. That's all I'm saying.
Well, let's get back to the idea of having a cage fight at the White House.
Yeah. We're in the worst timeline possible. That's all I can say.
I mean, are we going back to the Roman Colosseum days?
I don't know, but they better bring,
Let's throw lions in the cage.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I'm there for it. I'm here for it.
Okay.
I mean, what else? It's got more entertaining than, look, I played golf on Sunday. I'm going to tell you the story. I played golf on Sunday. We're on the way back. And it was like, I played in Grenada. It was about an hour and 20 minutes from here or whatever. And I'm on the way back and I'm joking with my buddy. I'm like, hey, do you think any good news happened while we were out on the golf course? He was like, absolutely not. There's no way. And so he opens it up and we start reading the headlines. I'm like, all right, you can stop. That's it. It's terrible. We're in the worst timeline. I will say at least cage fighting is entertaining. At least, depending on who it is and what the stakes are. But on the White House lawn, they did it at the Sphere in Las Vegas. What's the difference? What's the difference in the seat of power of the United States and the Sphere? I don't know.
Okay, let's just do instead of
I hope
having
they do it. I was going to say I hope they get good weather. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, maybe instead of the what we've got going on in Alaska Friday, we could just put them in a cage, see who comes out.
I'm all right with it.
Okay.
I feel like if you've ever seen the great Matt Judge film, Idiocracy, this is we're so far down this rabbit hole that we are. I'm guessing we're 2 elections away from electing 7-time Ultimate SmackDown champion Dwayne Alejandro Mountain Dew Camacho.
Let's get to football.
All right, let's get to the real news, the things that actually matter. Dad, the high school football season is now, God, that's just 2 weeks away, 2.5 weeks as we sit here on Tuesday morning. The first games, I think the MAIS games start a week earlier, but the public schools start on August 29th. And I have picked out, I started to come up with a list of like the 5 games I was most looking forward to. And then as I was looking at the schedule, I found 4 in week 1 that I was just absolutely salivating over. And so I have come up with a list. There's 4 in the opening weekend and then 3 others throughout the season. And when I get finished, I want to talk to you about the college games that you have selected. I know there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them. Dad, I want to start on August 29th, that opening day. There are 3 ridiculously good games. I'm talking the kind of games that you usually have to wait all season and then may not get. I'm talking, of course, I guess headlining is the Tupelo at Brandon, the rematch of last year's state championship. Brandon under new leadership with Lance Pogue. You've got Tupelo looking to defend its title with probably the highest rated running back. And J.J. Hill. It's just a ridiculous matchup. And I'm super excited about. The other 2 up in the Golden Triangle, West Point is playing Louisville in week 1. And,
a slobber knocker.
Well, anytime those 2 get together, it's going to be fun. And then the other one is the Oak Grove Warriors are traveling to Starkville to take on the Jackets, which is another fantastic. It could easily be a preview of your state championship. You never know with both of those programs. Of course, Starkville under new leadership up there, and then on Saturday, which I didn't even think about, is the same day that State plays at Southern Miss. Right across town that night, Hattiesburg at Petal, which is the
terrific game.
What is it? The battle for the Leaf River. Was that right? Something like that?
I don't know. As the son of a Hattiesburg High football player and a Petal High cheerleader, I have particular interest in that game.
Oh, that's right. I've forgotten that your mom was a Petal cheerleader. Let's see. Going down my list the rest of the way, we're going to skip forward a week to September 5th. Brandon at Madison Central.
Great game.
It will be a fantastic game. The Brandon fans the student section will sling outrageous slurs at the Madison Central student section, who will send them right back. Always a good atmosphere when those two get together. September 19th, moving ahead a little bit, Jackson Prep at MRA. It is the only all MAIS matchup on my list, but it should be good. That game has gotten so good, and the rivalry has gotten good. And now, if you look at it, because there's so much recruiting going on, both of those teams have like really fantastic players on them. I mean, there's undoubtedly almost, I mean, it's not pound for pound at every position, but they've got some great headlining type players at both of those schools. And then the other one is the big MHSA showdown. In the past years, this has been like your MRA Oak Grove game. This year it is Hartfield Academy at Tupelo, which is, should be fantastic. I mean, this is a team that is Hartfield Academy poised to make a run at the MAIS title, and Tupelo, your reigning MHSA 7A state champ. Who knows what it'll look like by October 3rd, but as we sit here right here today, I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah. I hesitate to bring this up, but I think I will. I know there has been a whole lot of talk about whether the public schools should continue to play the private schools because the private schools keep poaching their players.
Well, it's definitely happening. There's a pretty high-profile case right here in the Jackson metro area right now. I don't know that we should get into it on this show without talking about it for the entire show, but it's been going on for a long time, and I feel like there's a lot of animosity there. There's no way to police it when it is between organizations like that. If they're two MHSAA schools, obviously there's a process that the MHSAA can make correct. And if it's two MAIS schools, the MAIS could police that if they so choose. But if it's from one to the other, there is no recourse for anybody, and there's no right, because, and I think I've said it a dozen times on this show, but I'll say it again. This is the stupidest setup that anyone has in the entire country. We should all of the schools should be playing under the same umbrella, and that way there's no, there's an actual governing body that can enforce rules against tampering or since, I mean, the recruiting is so rampant and the transfers are so numerous at this point. I mean, we're talking about 10 years ago, you might have 250 kids across all sports transfer from one school to another in Mississippi, and this past year there could have been 2,500.
Well, we should do a show on this.
well, we can. We'll get to it eventually, but it's happening everywhere, and I'm not saying it's necessarily the worst thing in the world. I mean, if a kid is going to a school that doesn't offer the kind of academic medal that the parents are looking for, and they've got talent and could play somewhere like a JA, or St. wherever, a school that could change that kid's life. I'm not saying he shouldn't be allowed to do that. I just feel like there's got to be some kind of rules, or it's just the Wild West out here. So anyway, back to the topic. I like all those games. I'm particularly excited about that opening weekend, the Tupelo at Brandon, which that's the one I'll probably go to.
Well, we're hoping to have and expect to have Lance Pogue, the new Brandon coach, on the podcast next week
Yeah.
in studio. So
Well, we should have him and Ty Harden on, and they can do like a WWF style preview.
Cage.
Yeah, no, we're not going to have Lance Pogue and Ty Harden in a cage match, but they could do one of those like promos, like with the Macho Man Randy Savage. That would be great. I'm sure we can hook that up. Dad, I kind of know where your list of your most anticipated college games is going to start. I feel like that August 30th game in Hattiesburg is right up there for you.
Yes, I just wish it was played at a different time of day than 11 a.m. on August 30th in South Mississippi.
It's not going to be warm at all. I know what you're talking about.
It'll be 125 on the field.
Jeff Levy can wear his shorts.
Well, yeah, that's the first game on my list. Because it's unusual nowadays for Southern to be playing either State or Ole Miss, and the fact that they're opening the season and the circumstances around it, both State and Southern will be almost new teams. Literally over 50, 60 players are new for both teams. It should really be interesting. And I noticed that, that point spread came out at...
Is it 12 or 12 and a half?
No, it came out at 13 and a half.
Okay.
It's down to 10.
Oh, wow.
So apparently a lot of the betting money is going on Southern Miss. My second game on my list is the September 27th game between LSU and Ole Miss at Oxford.
Oof. Man, that's when... So I guess when it starts getting serious.
Yeah, well, I prefer that game to be later in the season, but
yeah, but Ole Miss went through that thing last year where they didn't play a significant game for I think they had one test early and
blew it, Kentucky.
Yeah, right, and then didn't play another meaningful game for a month.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because their second game this year is at Kentucky.
Yeah.
Ole Miss is in that.
Be looking for a little payback.
Yeah, that's no gimme for sure.
No.
Yeah.
There's not I don't think there's a gimme in that league on the road, period.
Yeah. Well, going down my list, the third game on my list is Ole Miss at Georgia on October 18th.
Mm-hmm. That'll be fun.
Terrific matchup.
Think Georgia will be back to number one by then?
Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows? And number 4 on my list, and I know you're going to say, well, why would you pick that one, is Texas at Mississippi State on October 25th.
You just want to go see Arch play.
Well, I do. Actually, I do want to see Arch play, but I also, Texas doesn't come to Mississippi very often. I just think it's
No, but they've played some great games. They've had some great games against Mississippi teams over the years. You remember that crazy high-scoring game against Ole Miss?
Yeah.
A couple years ago. I say a couple years ago. It could have been a decade ago at this point. Time's flying.
You think they should bring Jackie Sherrill in to help fire the Bulldogs up for the Texas game?
Yes, I absolutely do think they should do that. I think they should lean all the way into that.
Well, all young male cows need to be on the lookout.
That's right. I guess you're mostly just excited about that one for Arch. You don't.
No, I don't.
A lot can change between now and then, but Texas is preseason number 1.
Yeah, and if they beat Ohio State in that first game at Ohio State, they'll certainly deserve to be number 1.
Yeah. Do you see I think they're the first team to be ranked number 1 and be an underdog in week 1 in modern college football
I'd
history.
sure make them the underdog in that game.
Well, yeah, you win at Columbus. Yeah, that's tough.
It's tough, yeah. And the fifth and final of my top 5, which is there's any number of games that could have been on the list, but is, of course, the Egg Bowl. You can't. In Mississippi, that's going to be one of the top 5 games every year. This year it happens to be at Starkville.
Yeah.
And I do have an honorable mention list of games that I would like to see.
Can I take a stab at them?
Yeah.
I bet you Jackson State at Southern Miss in week 2 is on your list?
Absolutely. I think that's a toss-up.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I feel like I would be surprised if it was, because, I'd say it's going to take Southern Miss a while to gel since it's all new guys, but now they all played together last year. So
some of them did. Yeah.
Like 20 of them.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not like it's completely new. I think it'll be closer than a lot of Southern Miss fans think it'll be.
Oh, hey, anybody who doesn't think Jackson State can beat them is crazy.
Yeah.
T.C. Taylor, let's talk a minute about T.C. Taylor and the job he's done. We went through the whole Deion Sanders thing at Jackson State. He's already achieved more.
Yeah.
He has.
Yeah. It's not like he wasn't a part of that, right?
He was a part of that, but he got no credit for it. Nobody got credit for it except for Deion Sanders and
who? I know. All right.
So and that would be one, and then I would really love to go to Norman, Oklahoma, and see Ole Miss and Oklahoma play on October 25th.
I know that place is definitely on my bucket list. I'm gonna go check that place out before it's over. They got great tradition there, and that will be a hell of a game.
And what makes that game so special to me is it's the first regular season meeting ever between Oklahoma and Ole Miss, and only the second time they've ever played.
I bet you the first time was in the Independence Bowl.
The last college football game of the 20th century.
Okay.
Do you remember the score?
Come on, man. I was, 13?
Well, that's why I'm here. Ole Miss won 27-25.
Okay.
You remember the run that Deuce made?
You know that I don't.
Okay. Well, he made a nice one.
As I recall, we were in Memphis.
That was
we would have watched that game from Memphis.
Was that the day was that the Pittsburgh game or the Colorado State?
It all runs together for me.
Well,
all I remember is it was Dustin Allman and Southern Miss in the Liberty Bowl.
Yeah.
I remember that. All right. Dad, before we get out of here, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the first female umpire, Jen Powell. Am I saying that right? She made her debut over the weekend at the Braves Marlins series, got behind the plate, and from all reports, I think her ump rating was like 93%, which is pretty average for an MLB umpire. So I think we can safely say we just haven't had female umpires because we're dumb up until this point. There's no reason why she, a female couldn't do it.
She paid her dues, and they didn't put her in the big leagues because she's female. But that's obvious because there's never done it before.
Right.
Although that first pitch. The first pitch of the ball game.
I didn't know if you were going to say it or not, man. They got the whole thing set up. They got, everybody's all excited and we're all proud, and they make the announcement in the stadium of the home plate umpire for the game. And, Major League Baseball's got them where they're saving the ball. They're going to send it to Cooperstown and all this. And sure enough, the pitch had some, arm side run and
4 inches off the plate.
4. It's about half a foot off the plate, and she called a strike. And it was a rough start, but it got better from there. And she got praise from both managers after the game. So, I think we're off and running on this thing, and I'm just glad they got female umpires just in time to get replaced by a damn robot or some AI BS here in the next 5 years. I'm sure it's what's going to go to. But congratulations, ladies. Got in under the gun.
People ask me, how do you think she'll do? And I said, well, I don't know, but I know what people are going to – I know what – instead of calling her an SOB, they're just going to call her a B.
Yeah. Nobody – umpires universally hated. And, It's just like the Sarah Thomas story. She's, very accomplished, and there's no reason why females can't call games.
No sense. You don't have to have testicles to be able to tell whether a guy's offsides or not.
Well, I'm going to tell you, the ones that even the umpires that do have, let's say, 2 balls and no strikes, they can be freaking terrible. Oh, yeah. God awful, terrible for a decade in Major League Baseball without getting removed from their jobs. So good on our girl Jen Powell. I'm going to say Powell. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to say her name. Dad, that's about all the time we got. What are you looking forward to the most this week? Anything fun?
Not particularly. I mean, I'm debating on whether even to play in my club championship this weekend because I played so bad last weekend. So,
well, before I consider playing again, I've got to go buy golf balls. That's how bad it was up there at Grenada. All right. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Make sure to keep up with all of Rick's latest writings over at MississippiToday.org. Stay safe out there. Let's get through this heat. Football season right around the corner. Have a good one, everybody.